special guests that didn't make the original roster, so look out for those. Your first guy coming to the stage, very funny. He's been at Caroline's, he's been at New York Comedy Club. He's also the founder of a comedy sketch group called Breakfast All Day. Please give it up for Matt Goodmark, everybody.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Go.
Keep it for Jamie. Keep it going for Jamie.
Attaboy.
Hey guys, how's it going? Everybody's having a good night? Good. So I'm formerly of a sketch comedy troupe called Breakfast All Day. So we broke up, so I feel kind of like the last Beatle right now. Because we know if John Lennon wasn't shot, he'd be doing stand-up comedy in an attic in Montclair. So yeah, I was doing stand-up last night, and the MC introduced me as a comedian's comedian. Is that not the crappiest compliment you've ever heard? You don't apply that to other professions. That means that, like, what I'm doing publicly is something that only other people that do it can understand. So it would be like saying, oh, that Dr. Smith, he is a pediatrician's pediatrician. Doing shit to kids only other doctors understand. So my last name is Goodmark, and a lot of people go, Goodmark, is that Jewish? And I get confused. And then I remember that my name is pronounced Goodmark, but it's spelled Finkelmeyer-Bergstein. I always say yes, though, because it's the only excuse I have to put lamb's blood on my door. I'm really into vintage clothing, which is why I shop at the Old Navy. But I want you to know, even though I shop at the Old Navy, I don't believe in the tenets of the Old Navy. You know, like making black people swab the deck and women not being able to enlist. That kind of bigotry and sexism will not stand, but a $40 pea coat is a $40 pea coat, you know what I'm saying? So I was hanging out with a friend the other day, and I met his new girlfriend, and she's from New Zealand. And the first thing of interest to her when in this country was, what is up with that show, The Jersey Shore? She had never seen The Jersey Shore. So I was like, well, first of all, it has the best writing on television. You see, at the beginning of every season, there's a terrorist attack. And then each episode is 1 hour in a day with 24 episodes in a season. And I was bullshitting her, and she knew it. But you know what I do want to know when you watch The Jersey Shore? You ever notice on that show there's those moments where one of the characters is like looking off into the distance and like smoking a cigarette stoically? I always wonder what he's thinking, because what I think he's thinking is, cuz, how could you say that the Canterbury Tales was the definitive novel of the medieval era? Chaucer died before he finished it. That'd be like saying Poe's The Raven was a masterpiece if he dropped dead after the first paragraph. So, yeah. They say that you should always smile because you never know who's falling in love with your smile, right? Which is why I've never fallen in love in England. Haven't even been there. But so I was told the other night that my biggest problem in stand-up comedy is that I don't connect with the audience. I don't do crowd work. You gotta talk to the audience. You know, you really gotta connect. You gotta relate to them on some level. So who here has smallpox? Didn't work. All right, we'll go a little more located. Do you have a family? Me too. Worked. All right. I had a family. I got 2 parents. Both my parents don't think I'm good looking. I look like them. How messed up is that? The other day, my dad told me, Matt, you have the body of a 57-year-old man. I said, Dad, you have the mustache of a pedophile. He was the opposite of excited about that. Right? He was very not excited. But I'll admit it, I've put on a little bit of weight. I'm trying to lose some weight. I am. And it's like, how can you lose weight at a time like this? Taco Bell has a burrito with Fritos in it. You gotta respect Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken, because like every other restaurant has like commercials like, oh, McDonald's was made with the freshest ingredients. Like a wet tomato rolls across the screen. Taco Bell and KFC are like, now with bacon. We covered this taco in glue and dipped it in glass. KFC, it'll fucking kill you. So, So, it's funny like when I think about that in terms of like how I eat, like with Mexican food. I like Mexican restaurants, or like real authentic Mexican restaurants, but then I like Taco Bell. But I don't go to those middle places like Chipotle. So it's kind of like I want the really good stuff for absolute shit, which is also kind of how I date. So, you know about that, right? But I know, I talk about food a lot, I love food. And the other day, my friend said to me, dude, you've been talking about pizza for like 10 minutes. You know, I think you would take a slice of pizza over sex. I said, bro, no brainer. I would absolutely take a slice of pizza over sex. You know why? Because I can finish that slice of pizza whenever I want and nobody gets mad at me. I've never eaten a slice of pizza, turned over to go to sleep, and then had the pizza tap me on the shoulder and go, my turn. Never once. So, kind of big, as I said, a little bit of a bigger guy. You know, sometimes that's messed up because when you do date people, they think because you're a little bigger, you can fight. I cannot fight. The other night, I was out with a friend girl, not even somebody I'm dating, and she was. I wanted to go home. She wanted to stay. The next day, she's like, "I can't believe you left me there. I could have been mugged." I got news for you. If you're gonna get mugged, probably not gonna be much help. Unless the mugger jumps out of an alley with a knife and is like, I'm gonna stab you and rape her, unless you can eat all 15 of these cheeseburgers in under 10 minutes. Well, then we're gonna be okay. Okay, you brought a knife, cut it in half, it makes it easier. I don't have to share with her, do I? So there's a lot of stuff going on all over the news, you know, with stuff in Japan, there's a lot of stuff going on, turmoil in the world. And lately, they've been having celebrities talk about it. Has anybody noticed this? I don't understand the relevance. I mean, if you really think about how ridiculous that is, it'd be like saying, tensions arose today as North Korea aimed missiles at Japan. Reggie Jackson was unavailable for comment. Gives a shit. Those are nice Christmas lights, right? Shamrocks in April. Tierneys, where we don't take anything down ever. Last year I was here, they had for Cinco de Mayo Corona hats with they had leprechaun hats over Corona bottles. So I guess we're outsourcing getting drunk now too. But being that it is the season, before I get out of here, I'd like to state that I am an atheist. I'm an atheist, and a lot of people get a little weirded out when you say that. But I want you to understand it's because to me, religion is supposed to be very inclusive. But for a lot of people it is. It's very exclusive. You know, it's like, a lot of the people that I know are like, well, if you're this race, you're going to hell, and if you're this denomination, you're going to hell, and if you're this orientation, you're going to hell. So you mean to tell me there's a sign on the gates of heaven that says, no blacks, Jews, or gays? Well, then heaven is Mississippi, and you can go there now. The wait is over. Heaven is a place on earth. And everything there is pride. But I think my favorite moment in me being an atheist for the past couple of years was, has anybody heard of the Westboro Baptist Church? The Westboro Baptist Church was a church that protested the funerals of gay soldiers who died in Iraq. They received a cease and desist letter from the former head of the Ku Klux Klan, David Duke. You know you're a dick when the head of the KKK is like, you guys are being kind of mean. Thank you, I'm at Goodmark. Awesome.
Attaboy.